The war in Ukraine is still raging. May 20th, 2026. 414th Unmanned Strike Aviation Brigade. Donetsk, Pokrovsk, Lyman Triangle. Russian soldiers pushing toward Ukrainian defensive lines with no visible strategy, no coordination, no support. Watch the footage. Exhausted men, poor equipment, no drone cover, no electronic warfare. Some walk alone, others move in small, scattered groups. This is what happens when infantry is deployed without training, without logistical support, and without counter-drone capability. They are sent forward to test defenses and wear down ammunition. The drone operators know this pattern. That's why they keep striking the same way, day after day. This Russian soldier believed he was safe inside an abandoned village house, but the concealment did not last long. A Ukrainian FPV drone flew directly into the small building where the soldier was hiding and detonated inside. This footage shows one of the most interesting moments on the front line. A routine reconnaissance run, Magyar's birds scanning the ruins, then unexpected movement on the road. A Russian soldier on a scooter. The operator turns immediately. The soldier spots the drone, panics, jumps off the scooter, starts running, and trips. He hits the ground hard, scrambles to get up, but there's no time. The drone closes in before he can rise. Can you imagine a Russian soldier riding a scooter on the front lines? Are Russian forces no longer able to provide vehicles for these soldiers? A Ukrainian reg team, drone operator, spots a Russian soldier on a motorcycle, moving fast, unaware of the FPV drone closing in behind him. Seconds later, the drone hits. A lone Russian soldier walking along a railway track, unarmed, was spotted by Omega Special Purpose Center reconnaissance drones. Before he could react, an FPV drone arrived. No time to raise a weapon, no time to run. A drone operator from the 414th Magyar Birds spots a Russian soldier walking across open ground near Pokrovsk. On this front, open terrain means one thing: you're already a target. An FPV drone is sent in fast. The soldier sees it coming and starts running, but the heavy backpack on his shoulders slows every step. No cover for kilometers, no vehicle to jump into, no trench to dive into. Just open ground and a drone that doesn't lose speed. He runs until he can't. Sticks didn't work. Rifles were tried. Now, net launches. Wild Hornets unit of the 10th Mountain Assault Brigade has mounted net launches on Ukrainian FPV drones to intercept Russian UAVs. The drone closes in and fires a net, entangling the target mid-flight. 9 confirmed intercepts with this system so far. It's unconventional, it's improvised, and it works. On a battlefield where every Russian drone that doesn't reach its target is a win, a net launcher mounted on an FPV is as valid as any other solution. The soldiers are tracked for several minutes as they move toward a wooded area, clearly aware of how exposed they are in the open terrain. Once they try to hide among the trees and bushes, an FPV drone is sent in for the strike. The explosion leaves one soldier dead, while the other somehow survives and keeps moving. A soldier who had survived the attack by chance managed to escape from where he was hiding and continued moving forward. Until the second FPV drone approached, he was carefully tracked by reconnaissance drones. Exhausted, the soldier took cover behind the first available shelter he could find, the remains of a wrecked vehicle. But it didn't last long. He was unable to avoid becoming the target of the approaching FPV drone. This footage comes from the GoPro camera mounted on a Ukrainian soldier's helmet. In a forested area, Ukrainian soldiers suddenly encounter a Russian FPV drone and struggle to escape the incoming attack. These moments are a striking look at what drone attacks feel like from the perspective of the soldiers being targeted in forested areas. Chasiv Yar. Russian motorbike season is in full swing. Small assault groups are being sent forward on motorcycles and ATVs, trying to sprint across open ground before Ukrainian drones can react. The logic is speed. The result is the same. Every bike, every quad, every rider trying to close the distance becomes an FPV target. The footage shows them one after another, struck before they reach the outskirts of the city. Russia is using light, fast vehicles to compensate for a lack of armored transport and to reduce vulnerability to artillery. But FPV drones don't care about speed. Once a rider is spotted, the engagement ends in seconds. Faster transport does not mean safer transport when the sky is never empty. Ukrainian Air Force strikes a high-rise building in Oleshki, Kherson Oblast, a position where Russian drone operators were based. One bomb, one building. The operators don't launch another drone from that location. This footage shows the same strike from two angles: a reconnaissance drone watching from above and an FPV drone carrying a heavy explosive straight into a Russian shelter. The drone enters, then detonates inside. For soldiers in a structure with no exit, the shelter becomes a trap. When the only way in becomes the point of impact, what chance does anyone inside have? This footage is unusual. A Russian soldier is spotted climbing into the rubble of a collapsed building. The debris hides something not visible from above: a shelter built beneath the wreckage. Without that movement, its existence might never have been known. Two FPV drones strike in quick succession. The shelter collapses on top of those inside. This is a rare moment of ground-to-air robotic warfare. A ground robotic system from the Sever Regiment of the Lyman Brigade spotted a Russian ambush FPV drone lying in wait. Instead of retreating, the Ukrainian operator tracked the drone until it lifted off to attack, then drove straight into it. The impact flipped the Russian drone mid-air, knocking it out of the sky. When ground crews can outmaneuver an ambush FPV mid-flight, is pilot skill now the decisive factor in drone-on-drone combat? A Russian Buk M2 air defense system, located and destroyed by Ukraine's 15th Artillery Reconnaissance Brigade, Black Forest Unit. The Buk M2 is one of Russia's primary medium-range air defense platforms, capable of engaging targets up to 45 kilometers away. Its value, approximately $25 million. Ukrainian drones found it first. The system that was supposed to defend Russian airspace is now burning. When a single strike can erase a $25 million asset, how much longer can Russia afford to lose air defense systems at this rate? Kotlin, Donetsk region. Russian forces using a mine shaft as a fortified position, underground, reinforced, seemingly protected from conventional strikes. A Ukrainian MiG-29 with 2 Hammer precision bombs had other plans. The Hammer is a GPS and inertial guided munition designed to hit exactly where it's aimed, even against hardened targets. 2 direct hits on the mineshaft entrance. Underground doesn't mean unreachable. 210th Separate Assault Regiment, Sumy region. Drone operators systematically targeting Russian antennas, repeaters, surveillance equipment, and electronic warfare systems. Blind the observer, and the drones lose their eyes. Cut the repeater, and the signal dies. Disable the EW system, and the electronic shield collapses. Each strike degrades Russia's ability to see, coordinate, or defend its airspace in the sector. Step by step, Ukraine is dismantling the network that keeps Russian drones in the fight. A precise operation by Ukraine's unmanned systems forces, coordinated with the SBU and the Deep Strike Center. The target? A Russian drone pilot training center and production facility in Nizhny Donetsk region. On the night of May 20th, 11 planned middle strike drones, each with a 100-kilogram warhead, hit the 2-story facility. The building housed UAV assembly workshops, repair bays, and living quarters for personnel. The operation targeted the 78th Sever Akhmat Special Purpose Regiment. According to reports, 65 cadets and the head of the center were among those who did not survive. This was one of 3 such training centers. 2 remain, for now. That's everything for today. Here's where the front stands as of May 20th, day 1547 of this war. Over the past day, Russian forces launched 546 drones and missiles in a large-scale attack, including 14 ballistic missiles. Ukrainian air defense crews shot down 4 cruise missiles and 503 drones. Russian total losses have now crossed 1,352,070 personnel, with 920 casualties in the last 24 hours alone. On the ground, Ukrainian forces launched more daily assaults than Russia for the first time in more than 4 years. This month has seen changes in the dynamics on the front line in Ukraine's favor. Ukraine's unmanned systems forces, together with the SBU, struck a Russian drone pilot training center in Nizhny Donetsk region. 11 planned strikes using 100-kilogram warheads destroyed a 2-story complex housing UAV assembly, personnel quarters, and an ammunition stockpile. According to reports, 65 cadets and the center's commander were among those who did not survive. The front holds. The drone war never stops. No refinery, no training center, no position is safe. Subscribe for daily frontline coverage. No agenda, just the facts. See you in the next one.